Hi, I'm Brad Knowles, producer of Friday Night Flies, hosted by Scott LeBoldus and Scotty Holmes. Enjoy the show.
Seems like everything's going, doesn't it?
Okay, there we go.
Okay, we are. Friday Night Flies with Scotty Holmes and Big Bad Brad and Boulder here tonight.
Hey, just so you guys know, hopefully we've got audio, man. It's like the first time we've been live in a while, so
Yes.
we're messing around with some green screens. If you can't tell already, that's downtown Pemberton.
Yeah.
Looking
Friday
I guess
night.
That would be east. Yeah, that would be east, and that's a beautiful truck going by. And we made sure to place Scotty toward the sidewalk so that he wasn't getting run over tonight. So, Scotty, what do you got for us tonight, bud?
Well, I got a fly that I've been tying all summer. Scotty just gave it a name.
Check, buddy.
That was
The Naval Lint.
Naval Lint fly. Well, I was gonna call it the red bead nymph, the anodized bead nymph, and he said naval lint. And that was just like perfect because that's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's like you were wearing like a brown and red shirt, and it piles up in your navel every once in a while, you know?
Yeah, you just pull it out and tie fly.
Yeah,
that's what you do with
on
that
a hook
stuff,
and off
right?
you go.
But yeah, this fly was killing it all summer. I mean, I used it in almost every lake I fished, and I was fishing around Whistler, and I was fishing in Pemberton, I was fishing up there a little wet, and I mean, it was catching fish everywhere. So, and big fish. I mean, I caught some really, really nice fish with it this summer. You know, some 18, 19, 20-inch trout, and yeah, my daughter, she caught her first fish.
I have to say something. That is very, very similar to the other pattern that I tied last year called the Mayfly Nymph.
The Mayfly Nymph, yes.
And it was smoking them. So I imagine that would be very effective, that fly.
Yeah, it was killer. Well, Reese caught her first fish in our new belly boats, our new fish cats, with that fly. And pulled in like an 18-inch trout, Brad. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I have to say, one of my highlights of the summer was her catching her first fish by herself in her belly boat. I mean,
that's exciting, man.
That is.
Congrats,
that's really exciting. Yeah. Very, very cool.
Hey.
But anyways, yeah, so, I mean, very simple to tie. It's going to take just a couple minutes.
I almost don't want to change the screen here because it's pretty cool looking at that green screen with all the people walking and biking and traffic going around. And
Pemberton's a busy place. It's a busy place
for a tiny little town, man. She's happening for sure.
Yeah. No,
so you want to go down? Let's go down.
Let's go. Okay, let's go down there. Okay, we'll just do a quick roll. Ooh, yeah. Just makes it by. You see that? Just barely makes it by. Okay, so there we go. We'll get it out of there. And we get the other one in.
I'm ready. I didn't know you guys
were We're still not closed in the store yet. So there's people around. And I know I've said it before, but I don't have a mongoose vise. I tie on my Renzetti, and it's a little bit different than mine, to say the least.
You've had the whole summer off.
I did have the whole summer off.
49.26. 49.26.
My glasses are shaking the camera. Okay, so we're down there. We're going to get the glasses off and just start tying.
Okay. 20. 40. 50. Okay.
Tighten everything up. I'm moving a bit.
Exciting.
Okay, so we get our thread on. The nice thing about having the vise here, though, means I don't have to bring my vise.
Less stuff to shift back and forth, yeah.
What's that?
Less stuff to shift back and forth.
Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to tie on our tail, and I've just taken off a little clump of the Coq de Lion fibers. It's all tied from the same feather, the whole fly, which makes it pretty good, and not having to have multiple materials for it. And I love the Coq de Lion. I mean, I bought this saddle last fall, and I've been using it pretty much for as many things as I possibly can. And it seems to do a great job catching fish. So I want the tail to be about half body length. So
now, why do you like the Coq de Lion versus, say, like a partridge feather or?
I don't think people are actually from there. Good. Just so you know.
there's more variation of feathers on the pelt too, Scotty. Like there's just, you go from you go from a dark modeling to some light, some really light modeling. It's got a lot of diversity on the pelt itself, and it's just the modeling on it I really, really like, and the way it swims. Like this fly, when you see it in the water, like I'm using black dubbing, but it actually is pretty translucent and the legs and tail just seem to sort of glow. So we got our tail on there.
That's it. Just
I'm just gonna tie. Tie that all down, and then we're gonna get our wire. And you don't really even see the wire; it's extra small, but it does help keep everything from
Unraveling, eh?
From unraveling. I tied a couple that I didn't put the wire on because I was being lazy. Yeah, and they
One
didn't.
fish on and she's gone.
Yeah, a couple fish, and it just starts shredding it, and then your tail goes, and then...
See it?
Okay, there we go. Good to go. So, now we need our dubbing. And I don't know... It's from Superfly. Can you see it in the background? Yeah?
Oh yeah, it's there.
Yeah. And I'm using the... There's no labels telling you what each color is. You just have to sort of guess. I mean, you get the...
That's weird though. Yeah, you're totally right.
Like there's
Any
nothing
other-
on the back, so I'm going that is called, like, I'm calling it black in my description, but is it black? Is it sort of grayish
Let's have a
black?
look. Which one is that? Yeah, I don't know what that is. It looks.
Yeah, this is the squirrel dub, but yeah, there's no name to say what it is. I mean, imagine if you went to their site, you could probably
mix match and figure it out.
Yeah. At this point, the one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you sort of build up your body with the thread to get it the way you want it sort of to look.
Hey, Rich Woodhouse says hello from Kelowna, guys.
Nice. Hi, Rich. How you
Hey,
doing?
Rich, nice to see you, buddy. Nice to see you.
Yep, first live show for me of the fall.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
It's been a while. We've had a busy fishing year. It was pretty hot and pretty smoky all summer, and the fishing was pretty amazing. Wasn't it, Brad?
It's still amazing.
Well, we're getting into the fall fishing, though.
Yeah.
That's summer.
It's been really good.
I did a lot of lake fishing this year, which was new for me. I usually lake fish, but I don't usually fish all summer, and I did.
I'll tell you one thing: them poor fish were in trouble this year.
Yes, they were.
We brought on a new ace with the Peppermint Fish Finder team this year. It's a guy I've been after for a long time, and we're pretty excited to have him on board. Rick, if you're listening, Rick McKay. He's our one of the new aces in our pocket here.
Rick McKay, gotta learn to tie flies.
That's one thing he's lacking. But I mean, to be honest with you, I'd much rather buy him than tie him.
He just prefers someone else to do it.
He's got to figure it out. Actually, Scott.
I know, he keeps emailing me.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. And I don't even really spike it out a little. Like, do you have your handy dandy tool, Brad? I'm tying out of my coat pocket, so I'm using everything.
No, you're tying with your navel, bud. We gotta get that one right.
I don't want to get all these
The navel edge.
your pink stuff all over my fly.
Oh, just pull those pink out.
See, I have a smaller one. Is what I have.
Well, I was on a bit of a budget there.
Okay,
Oh, that's bugging
so
out.
we're just gonna do our ribs up the fly. And then we're gonna get rid of that. Okay. And now we're gonna put our legs on. Now, there's multiple ways you could do this. You could do it all at one time and trim out that centerpiece and put it on like that. I've done it that way. I don't really like it as much as just putting them on the side. And I want these to just extend just about to the back of the hook where the tail starts, somewhere in there.
Oh man, got lots going on in the background this evening. We got to work those kinks out. That looks very similar, doesn't it? Got to leave that on, Sheridan. No.
And then this time I took it from this side, and I'm going to take them from the other side of the feather. Try to grab about the same amount. And if you put too many on, it's not a big deal. You can just peel them out of there. That's definitely too many, though. Sheridan's trying to shut down and go home.
Yeah, he's got every door in the building opening and closing right now.
Okay, so there we go.
Looking mighty buggy.
Ooh.
Every time I use I use your scissors, Brad.
Which one are you? That's not. Are those my new ones? I got a brand spanking new pair there.
Yeah. Yes.
I'd probably cry if they bang the tip there. My kids were playing lawn darts with the last pair I had there.
Yeah.
And anybody knows them Dr. Slick scissors aren't cheap. Well, I guess in our case they kind of are, but
they aren't cheap.
if you're to buy them, yeah, they ain't cheap. You get what you pay for. Firm believer of that one. And you're paying for nothing but the best when you're buying Dr. Slick scissors, by the way.
So the same dubbing again, the squirrel dubbing for the same color. Keeping the materials and supplies you need for the fly simple. It's really, you know, hook, bead, thread, and 3 materials, and you're done.
Lock it, maybe.
And a little.
Okay. He's not allowed to go and go. You got something black hanging underneath there. I don't know what that is.
Nothing.
Oh, that's what it is?
It's like trying to pull a fucking nose hair there. It's not going.
There it is. Got her.
There's that naval lint.
There's
Done.
the naval
And there it
lint.
is. Naval lint.
The naval lint nymph.
So yeah, pretty simple, and you know, you can make it a little bit more sparse if you want. You can put a little bit more on there. That's generally the. I mean, there's the other one right there. I think we're pretty close.
Yeah. Bang on, man. Give her a slow roll. Let's have a look at this thing.
Okay.
Nope. Oh, there you go. That one. Pretty sexy, man.
Show profile.
It's you guys. It's the bead. With this hook, with this particular fly, I tried it with just a regular painted bead. It's these. They glow.
Anodized, baby.
Yeah, I had a few days where I was fishing it with 2 wet lines, and I had a leech on it on the
You know
other
what,
side.
I'll take her up top
Okay.
here. We'll talk
Yeah.
about permanent, or talk about what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah, I was I had it a couple days where I had it out, and I was fishing it with 2 wet lines, basically exact same drop, and I was getting hits on the other line, and then I'd get a hit on the other line, and about 20 seconds later, it'd be with us. So like bang on the other line, eh? And a fish just hammering on it. So, yeah, it's been a good producer for me. I had to tie something else. I ran out of pink jig beads is what really happened.
Yes,
okay?
it is.
That's really what happened. I ran out of pink jig beads, and I was like, I need another fly like that. I need something that's going to be my go-to.
Yeah, I was going to say something about that when you were tying. I was going to say, Scotty Holmes, you, my friend, are out of pink jig hooks or pink jig beads.
Yeah. Well, again, I tie a lot of nymphs.
You went to the Cyclops, but the Cyclops is good, man. It's a contender.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, man. Anyhow.
Okay, well, you know, first night. Guys are super glad to be back.
What do you got for us tonight, man? You got a couple flies for us.
Two coho flies.
Two coho flies. They've been down there slamming the coho and Squamish.
Two nice simple patterns for you.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's awesome. Well, I'm sitting with the guys that like to tie flies. Until next time, bang!